Hi everyone! Have you ever wondered what motherhood is really like? 10 years ago, I had my first kid. I wish I knew what I knew now 10 years ago. Well, more like I wish someone would have told me what I know now back then. You see, in my group of friends, I was the first one to have a kid. So there wasn't really anyone that I can really talk to about my pregnancies or what to expect as a first time mom. So I decided to make this video for all those moms or moms to be about what I know now that I wish someone would have told me. Sure, everyone says it's wonderful to have a baby. And it's true, it's great to have a baby. I also wish people would be more open about the challenges of being a first time mom, too. You see, as a first time mom 10 years ago, I didn't realize what the challenges would lie ahead, such as PPD, which is postpartum depression, or PPA, postpartum anxiety. I didn't even know that there was such a thing called postpartum anxiety. And I have experienced both, of course, with different pregnancy. In my first pregnancy, I experienced PPD. But before I get to that, let me talk about my pregnancy. You see, my husband and I have been married for about a year and a half before I finally conceived my first child. Now, as soon as I found out I had conceived and I was pregnant, I was so excited. I was like, I can't wait to be a mom. That excitement was awesome. But then the morning sickness hit. Oh my goodness. It was terrible. I have never been sick like that in my life. I couldn't keep the food down. The water tastes like plastic, which is really weird. There's a certain smell that just triggered me to just throw up. It was horrible the first trimester, at least the first 3 months. I could barely keep anything down, not enough water. I basically just ate crackers and ginger ale, and sometimes soda. That was basically my meal every day. And I would feel so exhausted. Like, you just can't explain it. Your body is just going through so much change and you're like, I don't want to do anything. You just want to just go to sleep and just be done with it. However, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. The second trimester, at least for me, was wonderful. I had a cute little bump. I was feeling much better. I had my appetite come back. It was great. And then the third trimester hit and, well, I became uncomfortable. I had swollen feet. I had backaches. I couldn't really sleep. Couldn't really walk too long. But that's okay. It was all worth it when I saw my kiddo be born. Sure, it took me 36 hours to push him out, but it was totally worth it. And as soon as I saw him, I knew I would do anything. And I mean anything for him. I knew I would love him more than my spouse. But please don't tell my husband, okay? I knew that would do anything to protect him. Because he was the sweetest looking baby ever. I mean, of course, I'm sure all moms say the same thing. So I was on that high of being a new mom. I was like, oh, I can do this. I can't wait to take care of him, changing diapers, feeding him. I thought that I would have this great bonding moment when I'm breastfeeding him. Unfortunately, I had trouble breastfeeding him. This kiddo did not like getting it from the source. I had to pump and then put into a bottle. I have to admit, as a first time mom, it was very disappointing. I tried and tried and tried to get him to latch on, but he just wouldn't latch. And I felt so disappointed in myself not being able to breastfeed him from the source. And I was like, man, this is so disappointing. I feel like I'm not really a mom, like a true foreign mom. I see all these moms just be able to breastfeed, and I wanted that. However, that didn't happen for me. So I also had sleep deprivation. Oh, that is wow. I've never been so exhausted. The baby's keeping you up every 2 hours because they're waking up to be needing to be fed and changing the diaper. It was hard to get into a routine because I went from being just taking care of myself to taking care of a newborn, and it was a very hard adjustment. I wish more people would talk about that. But anyways, I finally came up with a routine with my husband and I. We took turns taking care of him. The first 3 months were definitely very challenging. We were both sleep deprived. At least he was getting on my nerves. There were moments where I did not like my spouse at all. There were moments where I just feel like this is so unfair. Like, why can't he help me more? But you know what? He didn't know that I needed help because I didn't ask for help. And I wish that I would have done that. There were a lot of things that I wish I could do differently. If I can go back in time 10 years ago and be able to change how I did things, I totally would. If I can go back 10 years ago, I will tell that me that it's okay to not be able to breastfeed him or have him latch on, that it doesn't make you any less of a mom by pumping and giving him a bottle or by using formula. What's important is that he is fed, or that a baby is fed in general. It doesn't make you any less of a mom. You're doing the best that you can, and not to stress out about how the feeding works as long as the baby is fed. I wish someone would have told me that and give me comfort in telling me an assurance that I'm doing a great job as a mom. So I hope this can bring you a little comfort and a little assurance that you're just doing the best that you can. To trust your own judgment too. Maybe, you might be feeling, well, I don't know, I'm a first time mom. I don't want to mess up. Well, if you do make a mistake, just know it's okay. That's how you learn, by making mistakes and learning from it. Well, that's it for now. I'll see you next time.